top of the morning, and it is a beaut.
And the hope of the Irish as the future champion of the world.
A podcast is kind of like it's like a radio show that's not on the radio.
Welcome to the Barry J. McDonald podcast. The place where dreams get dusted off and acted on. Because life is too short. We're living on a rock that's flying through space, and hey, what the hell else were you going to do with yourself here?
Hi, this is Barry here, and you are very, very welcome to today's podcast episode. Now, it's not really a nice thought, is it, that you and I can be replaced? You know, because you always feel that we are valuable to people. We always feel that, you know, the customers that we have will always be our customers. The readers that we have will always be our readers. And that people will stick with us through thick and thin. But is that really the case? Or should we not maybe pay more attention to how easily we are replaced? Now, I remember way back, my very first job, I used to work in a computer factory. We used to make computer keyboards for an American company. Now, the company was in our local town probably for about 10 years. Now, at the time, what the Irish government was doing was they were giving some tax incentives to American companies to come into Ireland so they wouldn't have to pay as much tax as normal. But when the company was there 11 years, well, then you're expected to pay more tax than you used to. Now, this company in particular, it was coming up near the end of their 10th year, and then we heard rumours that they were pulling out of our town and they were heading away to Eastern Europe because they did want to pay more tax and they wanted to get over there because the labour was far cheaper, so they could get all the keyboards done at a cheaper price and make more money on it. Now, at the time, we were really angry about that. You know, we fought with them, we argued with them, we striked, we did as best we could to get the company to change their mind and stay with us. But it was a fight that we'd already lost. You know, because that company seen us as replaceable. They didn't really care. You know, they found someone else that could do the work a lot cheaper, and it was just a matter of moving the company over there. But at the time, we thought we'd always be there, that we'd have that job maybe for the next 20 or 30 years. But we were easily replaced. And again, you'll find a lot of those news stories like that. Companies closing down overnight, you know, all workers standing on the front line with no jobs left, assuming that they were always going to have that job, that was always going to be there. So when it comes to being replaced, you know, it's not something that we'd like to think about. It's something we like to put to the back of our minds because we always think, well, you know something, I'm valuable. I bring something to this business or whatever. But maybe what we need to do is realise that, you know something, we can be replaced. You know, I'm sure if you walk down your local town, I'm sure before everybody started shopping on Amazon or started doing online shopping, I'm sure your local streets were probably full of, you know, plenty of shops. There was probably plenty of people walking up and down, you know, going in and out, buying things. And now, since the internet has taken off and a lot of us have got used to online shopping, if your town is anyone like mine, you know, I'm finding you walk down the main street and it's a lot of kind of empty premises. You know, where there used to be one shop, you know, one shop after another, maybe but one maybe empty. You know, it's the other way around. You know, the majority of shops are empty and it's just one or two. And even in our local, you know, shopping centre, there's probably more coffee shops in it than actually stores selling anything. And again, those people who had those stores, you know, they got comfortable. They assumed that it was always going to be this way. People were always going to walk in their door. They were always going to buy their products. And they never really gave much thought of how the internet was going to change everything. And guess what happened? The internet changed everything. And everything was replaced. All those people who used to walk into their shop are just sitting at home with a credit card in hand and getting everything delivered right to their door. Again, to a lot of restaurants as well. You know, they assume people would always come and sit down and get food. But again, you'd find people now are getting orders to Deliveroo and all these different kind of food delivery services. So people aren't even visiting restaurants anymore. You know, so a lot of staff have been let off because they don't need waiting staff. They basically just need kitchen staff, just people to prepare that food, get it out there, and that's it. So again, all those people were easily replaced. Now, the great Bob Proctor used to say that there's a law of compensation. And the law of compensation states that the amount of money you make is in direct proportion to what you do, how many people are actually looking for what you do, how good you are at doing it, and how hard it is to replace you. So basically, if you are going to make money, and make a lot of money, you need to find something that a lot of people need, but you need to be good at that, and you need to work on your craft, get better at your skill, build a stronger business so that you are irreplaceable. Again, like when you look at probably all the stores that were starting up around the same time as Amazon, Amazon was probably just seen like another platform like anyone else. But because they tried to get better, try to get bigger, stronger, try to provide more services, suddenly they're now as big as Google, and they have probably as many services as Google. So it's really, really hard to replace Amazon. And because it's hard to replace Amazon now, that's why we value it as much as it is. And that's probably why, the stock prices are huge at the moment. So, as I said, being replaced by something else, but now, that doesn't mean that you yourself don't have value. In your family's eyes, I'm sure you're probably seen as a valuable probably parent, brother, sister, partner, whatever. Somebody in your family sees great value in you. But outside your family, in the marketplace, wherever you are working in right now, you're just seen as another commodity. You're another blogger, you're another podcaster, you're another YouTuber, you are another person who is just trying to sell fiction books or whatever, but you're just another commodity. So if I was to say something to you, maybe to protect yourself in the future and to guarantee that you do make money in the future, is to try and be more irreplaceable. Try to work on your craft, get stronger at it, and make sure that, in times in the future, you are the only option that people think about. So give that some thought today. It's not a nice thought, but someday you could be replaced by someone else. And it's better to work on your business right now, work on yourself right now, so that when that moment comes, you are more than well prepared because you are irreplaceable. Have a lovely day. Bye-bye.
Before you go, Barry would like to give you a free copy of Words to Wealth. In it, he's going to show you 10 ways to make money from writing. Head on over to writecome.com now for your copy. Have a great day and come back soon.